in black and gold, Virginia in the home white. And we are underway to start what is a terrific Saturday filled with basketball. And it's the Demon Deacons that start with the ball.
This is a downhill driving Wake Forest team. 4 players in double figures. They're very balanced offensively.
Go inside to Efton Reed, backing down Minor, in trouble. Minor all over him. Reed finally puts it up and in to open the scoring.
Really good patience, good cutting off the entry pass to the post. Efton Reed's got to be confident with that left hand.
Virginia had their 8-game winning streak snapped on Tuesday at the hands of Pittsburgh. Big bounce back opportunity today at home.
Cam Hildreth with the Isaac McKneely matchup. Keep your eye on number 11 in white. He's their best 3-point shooter for Virginia.
Ryan Dunn wiggles free. He's a pro prospect that a lot of people are high on.
What you're going to get today from both these teams is a clinic in cutting. They are excellent cutters off the ball. It's the basket cut, the scoring cut, then it's the exit cut to the 3-point line.
Great ball movement. Sallis lines up the 3, but way off the mark.
They go naked side 2-man game, but they don't like to score too quickly. They like to use the shot clock, does Virginia.
Brody steps out for 3 and knocks it down.
One of the things Wake Forest did very well in their first matchup is run Virginia off the 3-point line into their shot blocking presence, which is Efton Reed.
Now, Wake Forest won that matchup back on January 13th, 66-47. They didn't handle the ball very well in that game. Turned it over 17 times, still won by nearly 20. Steve Forbes said, even when you beat a team like that, you know you can't turn it over that many times.
You can't give them extra possessions, that's for sure. And this is a great recognition by Ryan Dunn right here. I said they don't like to take quick shots, but if you get a mismatch in transition because you push, Ryan Dunn pulls the trigger on this one to get to the line.
Well, after Tony Bennett's team lost that game at Winston-Salem, they ripped off 8 straight wins. Big catalyst to that was Jordan Minor coming into the lineup, giving the Cavaliers a much-needed boost in the front court. When you look at that 8-game winning streak, what do you attribute it to?
I think Jordan Minor being able to mix up their coverages in the post, which changes their pressure on the perimeter. I think one of the things that we talk about a lot with Virginia is their scheming, but basically they have some of the best ball pressure 1 through 5 of any team in the league. They bring it every possession.
Back down low the Reed through a double team. He has all 4 to start this game for the Demon Deacons.
Now Boopy Miller making an excellent decision right there. Keeps his dribble alive until Reed can shape up to the ball.
Is there a better name in the ACC than Boopy Miller?
No, there's not.
Beekman getting the better of Boopy there.
It's going to be a tough matchup for Rhodey because Cameron Hildreth is a downhill driver.
Up to Reed, who hammers it home. Efton Reed has all 6 for Wake. They have gone to the big man early back in his home state of Virginia, and the 7-footer has delivered so far.
McKneely so good on that curl action for Virginia. Hildreth doing a really good job staying on his hip. Can't give him any space.
Shot clock down to 5. McKneely in attack mode. Wiggles free, and it rolls in for Isaac McKneely. Virginia has started this game a perfect 4 for 4 from the floor.
I think Isaac McKneely has really added to his game off the bounce. He's not just a 3-point threat.
Now Virginia's made all 4 of their shots to start this game, and Wake Forest is 3 of 4. So both teams dialed in offensively to start this one.
With Fredrickson coming in the game, really good three-point shooter. 92% of the shots that Parker Fredrickson, the freshman, takes are outside the arc. So you got to really run at him and close his space.
You talk about knowing your role. Fredrickson, the freshman, certainly does. Back into Reed. He has all of Wake Forest points.
Straight up in the post by Minor.
He lost his shoe. And Minor with terrific defense. And Reed has to run back and play defense with one shoe on. Nobody's picked it up. It's still sitting there.
So that means you go right to Minor, right?
I would think. Instead, a McKneely long two. And he cashes it.
Isaac McKneely reads, cuts,
Take a look at what ESPN's bracketologist Joe Lunardi has, and Wake Forest is the first team out. A win today would move them into Lunardi's projected field. And Virginia, who spent much of the season on the bubble, comfortably in the field right now as an 8 seed.
Ryan Dunn doing a really good job on Hunter Sallis. There's the double to the block on Carr, and he travels. So it's a good change by Tony Bennett. Even with Minor on the floor, it's not the indicator that he will only play straight up in the post. They played Efton Reed straight up, but they double Andrew Carr. It's a good change coming off the timeout.
Dante Harris, a transfer from Georgetown into the game for the Hoos. Not expecting the ball. Fredrickson battling for it. And the Demon Deacons steal it away. First turnover for Virginia today. They turn it over less than any team in the country.
8 times a game. Part of that is pace driven. But it's also really good ball security, and it's what you emphasize every day in practice.
Sallis in attack mode, right to the rim for 2.
I think he is such a big-time player in this league. He has had a fantastic season. The system that Steve Forbes plays fits Sallis's game perfectly.
Third in the conference in scoring, nearly 19 points per game. He has had 10 points or more in every time he's touched the court for Wake Forest. Here's Jordan Minor trying to muscle his way in. Great defense by Reed. Really good job to wall up. And Efton Reed has been in a little bit of foul trouble the last couple of games. Did foul out of the Duke game. They need him on the floor to give them that 3-level defensive presence. Hildreth spins his way free. Couldn't quite squeeze it to Reed. Harris making a good choice there. Ryan Dunn lines up a 3 off the mark. Yeah, Ryan Dunn, just a 24% three-point shooter, not necessarily his game. He looks at his teammates, he goes, my bad. That's the kind of leadership that Ryan Dunn will give you. He knows that he had the ball in his hands late in the clock. Shot clock down to 7. Here's Sallis. Wake Forest go-to guy. Pull up pop. Can't hit it. Offensive rebound, Carr. Carr had 12 rebounds the last time these two teams played. He was terrific on the inside. Hildreth. That's all ball. Goes flying into the crowd and ruled Virginia ball. Coming up at 4 Eastern over on ESPN, our terrific day of basketball continues. Number 6 Kansas taking on Oklahoma, and then Kentucky and Auburn is our Sonic blockbuster at 6. That'll be a great one. By the way, Jay Will, you don't have to win a championship to be great. I'm just throwing it out there. If Caitlin Clark doesn't win the title, that doesn't mean that she's not great. What she did this week was absolutely amazing. And becoming the NCAA's all-time leading scorer on the women's side. Amen. McKneely fading away, can't connect. Virginia started 5 for 5. Now they've missed 3 in a row. They've cooled off, and Wake Forest is dialed in defensively.
And Monsanto for Wake Forest is on the floor. Now that's their three-point threat. They've got 2 on the court right now, which really stretches that Virginia defense horizontally, not so much vertically.
2 guys who are not shy to let it fly. Groves tangled up with Monsanto, no whistle. Always a threat to shoot. Left it short there, Monsanto.
Monsanto has 14 triples in his 8. This is his 8th game coming back from injury. He's 0 for 1 from the 2-point range. So he's going to fire away. He's got deep range.
Offensive foul on the screen, so wave off the 3. Home fans don't like it. Virginia leading by 3. Debbie Antonelli, Jay Alter with you. This made 3 by Jake Groves was waved off because of the screen set by Blake Buchanan. And during the timeout, Virginia head coach Tony Bennett took issue with it.
We don't usually see Tony get this agitated, but you know, he's not 100%. He's a little bit under the weather. And this is the time of year where everybody's agitated, right? The refs are tired. The coaches are making a push. And Tony got a chance to speak to all 3 of them there in the timeout. So let's see.
Yeah, the officiating crew today, Bill Covington, Tony Henderson, and Mark Schnurr. I think you said it best, Debbie. It's that time of year. You try and block out the noise as much as possible, but you know, these are 2 teams that know that a win today would really help not only their NCAA tournament resume, but help get them into the critical double bye for the ACC tournament.
And that's the thing with both of these teams. You can't be worried about all the noise about the NCAA, the net, and all the stuff that Joe Lenardi's talking about right now. What you need to be focused on is every possession, next possession.
And in a low-scoring game, you wave off a 3-pointer like that. A 3-point lead would have turned into a 6-point lead.
I think Coach Bennett was just looking for clarification on an illegal screen.
Boopy Miller back into the game for Wake Forest. And a screen called a foul going the other way. Ball back to Virginia.
Well, Matthew Marsh in the game. He picks up a foul on an illegal screen. Matthew Marsh's minutes have picked up the last 3 games. Last 4 games, really. Because Efton Reed has been playing with a little bit of foul trouble, but also Coach Forbes told us he's earned it in practice. And Monsanto is going to get called, Jay, for the cylinder rule. Which, by the way, I love that call. I love the rule because I like offense.
Well, Virginia started this game perfect, 5 for 5 from the floor, but they've missed their last 3. Beekman trying to change it, and he does. The floater falls.
Beekman working really well in the 2-man with Buchanan and that twist action in the middle third of the floor, which is really hard to guard. It's hard to bring help.
Miller trying to answer all by himself. Bill Covington checking the left arm of Dante Harris, tells him he has to come out of the game.
Watch this twist action right here. Buchanan with the roll. And Beekman does a great job of putting his defender in jail, keeping him on his hip. That's the longtime Virginia trainer, Ethan Saliba. He's been there a long time. He's been around a lot of the greats that have played at Virginia. Ethan Saliba, excuse me.
You never know when you're going to be called on. He's always ready. Virginia 5-point lead. Groves hands off to Buchanan. And now Beekman with 10 on the timer. Beekman wiggles free again. That one doesn't drop.
No surprise, Coach Bennett goes back to the same action with Beekman since he just scored on it. You don't want to overcoach it.
Wake Forest has fallen into a scoring drought of 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Highest scoring team at ACC play at 80 points a game, only has 8 midway through the first half. Monsanto has to let it heave, and he hits it. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
He is so streaky if he gets going. Last year, Damari Monsanto was second in percentage and first in makes in the league.
Harris won it back for Virginia and then gives it away.
Yeah, Dante Harris has been involved in a couple of turnovers early. And look at the separation skills of Monsanto. He pulls it back and sticks it.
He had just made 2 of his last 12 threes, but hit that one. If they get him hot, he can be the X factor, not only in this game, but this season.
I think that's why Wake has another level to get to offensively, which is going to make them better as they continue to head towards March.
You've been saying it all year. The ACC champion will be decided by Wake Forest. You were saying that in November.
Because I saw Efton Reed coming along, and I know what Damari Monsanto can do. And then once you had a feel for what Boopie Miller and Hunter Sallis do, this is a well-put-together team. You knew Hildreth and Carr were going to be experienced players.
Back-to-back threes, fires the Demon Deacons in front on the road by 1. McKneely right to the rim, swiped away Monsanto.
Now, if Damari starts playing some defense, now we got a whole other level.
Monsanto squeezes it into Reed. Efton Reed backing down the freshman Buchanan.
Yeah, they have elected, based on personnel, to guard Efton Reed one-on-one and double others on the block. Carr's the only other one that's had a catch on the block.
Groves missed it. Offensive rebound. Buchanan couldn't clean up the spill.
Well, Efton Reed is going to continue to stay aggressive because he doesn't have any fouls, and he's been marred by some foul trouble lately. And there's Cameron Hildreth downhill. What happened to that scoring drought, right? Damari Monsanto got it started again.
And Wake Forest on an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes. Now it's Virginia who's fallen into a 3-minute scoring drought. Beekman trying to do something about it. Off the mark. Hildreth trying to muscle his way in. Great defense by McKneely. It bounces back out to Hildreth. Miller, a deep 3. Couldn't connect.
Probably not in rhythm. Boopie Miller hadn't taken a shot in a while, and he loses Isaac McKneely in transition.
Usually McKneely will make you pay from there.
Yes, he can pull a quick trigger if he's open in transition.
Miller on the move. Fading away, missed it, but a foul called on Buchanan inside. Wake Forest with the momentum right now on an 8-0 run over the last 3 minutes. Points at a premium in Charlottesville, as they always are with this Tony Bennett Virginia defense. The Cavaliers right now, they've fallen into a scoring drought. No points in the last 4 minutes. What do they need to do to get the offense jump-started here?
I like an ATO with Isaac McKneely after Virginia gets the ball back. I think that's someone they need to run some offense through. See if they can get him going. He's 2 for 5.
Hildreth beats the double team all the way to the rim. Blocked by Dunn. He leads the ACC in blocks, and that's why.
He came from outside the lane to recover and make that play. What an athlete.
Virginia started this game 5 for 5. They've made 1 of their last 10. McKneely, that rolls off the rim, no good.
Had a good look. He's really good off that pin down action, and Boopy Miller was on him this time. They've rotated defenders on Isaac McKneely early in the game.
Carr going against Dunn. Blocked again. Ryan Dunn all over it defensively right now. That is his 3rd block today. He is an X factor for this Cavaliers team. Need to find something offensively. Just 1 field goal in the last 8 minutes and 30 seconds for Virginia. Done. That rolls in finally. A friendly roll.
Well, when you go 3 sides on your offense and you get to the naked 2-man game and a ball screen action, Ryan Dunn should be able to make that 10-footer. Really good action.
Here's the beauty of Virginia. Most teams only 1 field goal in 8 minutes and 30 seconds. You'd be down 10. Virginia only down 1. Reed swiped away. It was a great find by Sallis. 5 seconds on the shot clock here for Wake Forest. What can you do?
You got plenty of time for a couple of dribbles and a catch. I'd look for Efton Reed setting a screen and see if you get it right back to Boopy Miller on the inbound.
Into Hildreth. Reed wide open for a 3. That's not his shot, though.
He's a 21% three-point shooter.
Brody off the screen. Can't connect. Miller trying to take McKneely one-on-one. Lost the handle. Both of these teams 1 for their last 9. The defense has dominated. Beekman a 3. Missed it. Tapped back out to him. This time drives in off the window and fires Virginia back in front.
When you're scrambling defensively and give up an offensive rebound, it's a great take by Beekman to recognize the matchup he had on him, which was Efton Reed. Sallis has been quiet in the first half.
Shot clock down to 8. Hildreth. Net by Beekman. Reece Beekman all over Cam Hildreth. Deep 3. Offensive rebound to Reed. And he cashes in the second chance point.
Well, we all got stuck watching Beekman, the defensive player of the year, containing Cameron Hildreth. And we missed the weak side rebound, and Tony Bennett picks up a technical. "14 years. Miller makes the first. And a game where points are at a premium. Wake Forest happy to take these, and they're 80% at the foul line on the season, one of the best in the country. Right, best in the ACC, 3rd in the nation.
Miller makes them both. So we'll try and get that verified for you, but pretty incredible. March 2010, Tony Bennett's last technical foul. And his team only down 3.
That doesn't mean he hasn't been upset with the officials since March of 2010. I can tell you that. This is the time of year. It's this time.
Now, 2 teams in the top 4 of the ACC right now looking for a big-time NCAA resume win.
Boy, Efton Reed has been all over the glass. He got the game going early for Wake Forest. He scored in the paint. It's a much bigger lineup on the floor for Wake. They have the size advantage in the front line versus Virginia.
Afton Reed's been excellent today. 8 points, 7 rebounds. Shot clock down to 5.
Really good recovery on the back row by Virginia.
Carr, as the buzzer sounds, knocks it down.
You got to make tough shots against UVA's defense. They rotate so well, and they've got a shot blocker on the 3rd level and done.
Wake Forest in control right now on a 13-4 run. They force another miss.
I mean, it's not the quality of the shot, but maybe Wake Forest defense is not getting enough credit here for how hard they've worked chasing off all that screening action.
Carr lines up a 3. Air ball. Virginia just 2 of their last 13, trying to find something here at the end of the first half. McKneely, the floater, got it. And Steve Forbes takes a timeout. We're excited to share some terrific news. Yesterday, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame announced that our very own Debbie Antonelli is receiving the 2024 Kurt Gowdy Electronic Media Award. Congratulations, Debbie. That is a huge honor and well-deserved.
Well, thank you very much. It's very nice of you guys to do that, so thanks. It's great to work with great teammates like you.
And hopefully you won't get a technical foul in the booth today.
Try not to, but I might throw a few elbows.
Well, that is well-deserved from truly one of the best in the business. I have so much fun with you.
I'm thinking about my my late, great coach, Kay Yao, the Naismith Hall of Famer.
So she's smiling down on you, no doubt about that. Ryan Dunn finally takes the lid off for Virginia. He's got 6.
Sallis has been quiet, but he's got the ball in his hands here for the last possession.
Ten seconds to work with.
This is all Miller downhill.
Goes to work. Finds Carr in the corner for 3. Missed it. And a defensive battle goes to halftime, 22-21. Not much to separate these two, trailing by 1.
I also like that he blocks them into their transition game, Jay, which also helps them get some easy buckets if they chose to do that.
Groves off the side of the backboard. Kick out, Beekman a 3. Got it! Just how Tony Bennett drew it up at halftime.
The second triple for Virginia. The first for Beekman.
You give the hockey assist to the side of the backboard.
Right. This is a big staple of Wake Forest offense. They let the Iverson cut into a ball screen. This time, Afton Reed slips it into a one-on-one, and look at Minor, D up.
Reed still finds Miller, who ties it at 24.
Jay, we started the game talking about what good cutters both these teams had. That was an excellent cut by Miller.
Two teams that cut as well as a pair of scissors here in Charlottesville. Tied at 24 points at a premium. Beekman. Back-to-back threes. Reece Beekman buries him.
The same middle ball screen action where, because Beekman is snaking behind that ball screen, Reed has switched twice on that. Now Tony Bennett knows that Wake Forest is switching that, and Beekman certainly recognized it.
Leads the Cavaliers with 12. He's playing as well as anybody in the ACC. Going back inside Reed. Foul called on Groves.
I love this action to start the second half for Virginia. Here comes the screen, and you snake behind, which means you dribble behind the screener, forcing the switch. Beekman says, no way, big man. You can't guard me out here.
Carr trying to answer with a triple. It goes begging.
He's been long on all of his baseline jumpers today.
And they've all come from the corner. Beekman starting to take over. Reece Beekman on an 8-0 run himself.
Reece Beekman is already one of the best right side of the box score players, meaning assists, steals, rebounds. But when he adds scoring to his Defensive Player of the Year job,
Hunter Sallis, who's been quiet, only had 2 points in that first half. That's a big bucket for him. Trying to get going. Demon Deacons only down 3.
Remember, Sallis has been in double figures every game this season.
McKneely, contested triple. Missed it.
It's a great fill behind the penetration.
Sallis in attack mode, and he lost the handle.
The Virginia crowd thought he ran over Virginia's defense.
McKneely, another 3. Off again. Came into today shooting 47% from 3, but he's missed all 3 he's taken today.
He's the second best three-point shooter in the country based on percentage. And it is textbook. It is a beautiful jump shot.
He's yet to knock one down today.
Oh, he had some separation there. Too early in the shot clock.
Dunn going right at Carr. Rims out, no good. Miller trying to get something in transition. Dunn flies in. His 4th block today. How good is he?
He has such great conversion speed, right? From offense to defense. Right here, he's just tracking the basketball.
Hildreth. Got a good look, just couldn't finish it. Beekman has 14 of Virginia's 29.
He needs to score that. He's right at the front of the rim.
In this second half for Virginia.
That's a scouting report bucket right there. That is an excellent job of getting the ball to the inbounder for an easy 2. It's probably the easiest 2 points for Beekman all game.
Carr backing down Groves. 4 seconds to shoot. Goes up with it and draws the foul.
That is the first shooting foul for Wake Forest in this game. Of course, they've only had 2 free throws, which was the technical free throws on the technical foul that Tony Bennett picked up in the first half. That's right, we said Tony Bennett picked up a technical foul in the first half.
You had to see it to believe it.
It's hard to believe.
Tomorrow on ABC, you do not want to miss it. The #1 ranked South Carolina women, the nation's only undefeated Division I basketball team, taking on Georgia. 1 Eastern. The College Game Day crew is there to tip our coverage at noon.
South Carolina's the #1 team. They're the only undefeated team. I don't expect them to lose. Maybe not at all this season. That's how good they are. They have upped their guard package, and their rebounding and their defense is the staple of Dawn Staley's program. And speaking of Dawn Staley, she scored a lot of points in this building, by the way, or actually the building next door. They used to exist.
A Virginia legend. Her number hanging in the rafters here at JPJ.
Dawn Staley helped Debbie Ryan to 3 Final Fours, and Dawn Staley still is the only player to win the Most Outstanding Player Award at the Final Four and not win the national championship. A little piece of trivia for you.
I love that. Dawn, nothing but air. Way off the mark there.
That's one part of his game that will need to improve for next season.
Sallis been quiet for his standards, and that's because the guy guarding him is Reece Beekman, who pokes it away there.
Tony Bennett always talks about we and us versus the ball. Reece Beekman gets his nose on the ball. He's always in a stance. It's not about always guarding the action. It's about keeping the ball in front.
Sallis only has 4. His season low is 10. Going against Beekman, pull up, pop, got it. Hunter Sallis fires Wake Forest back in front.
Hunter Sallis doesn't need a screen. He can go off the bounce and create on his own. So skilled.
Virginia has 10 second-half points. They all belong to Beekman. Rhodey misses the layup. Cavaliers need someone else to get going here offensively.
Rhodey hesitates, even though he's 1 for 2 outside the 3-point line. He had a wide open look.
Reed spinning his way in, and he traveled.
Steve Forbes will tell you that this is his best communicator. There's a lot of contact in there, but Reed was off balance and travels. You know, you mentioned those 17 turnovers the last time they met. Coach Forbes told us today 10 of those were from his bigs.
McKneely step back, buries it.
That was good defense, but good offense always beats good defense.
That McKneely bucket ends a 6-0 Wake Forest run. 7 lead changes already in what has been a close, competitive ACC game. Back and forth we go in Charlottesville. Foul on the floor.
Now in this second half, Steve Forbes has gone to a lot of isolation basketball. You know, they get it to the block, and they're looking to get to the free throw line by trying to put Virginia's front line at a deficit. They do have a size advantage on the front line. They're going to replace one 7-footer for another right now with Marsh coming in the game.
Here's Hildreth. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hildreth trying to muscle his way in, put too much on it. And Hildreth called for the foul.
You know, and he gets like one of those a game, right? But you know what? It's because you're not going to see anybody who's going to play harder or more aggressive than Cameron Hildreth. It's one speed.
Yeah, he's battling through an injury right now. You would never know it by the way he plays. It also doesn't affect his minutes. He's 4th most of the ACC at 34 minutes a game. All of those played with heart and tenacity. McKneely fouled, coming off the curl. Now this is setting up to be a fun finish, 33-32. Busy week for him. Earlier at Cary Academy, where he played his high school ball, he had his jersey retired, so it's an awesome week for him. Take a look at the photos for Murphy, enjoying the NBA All-Star break. You can tell these guys just love basketball because you get a big block by Dunn. What a rejection, his 5th of the day. That was all ball. Wow.
I mean, that was a cargo for a two-handed slam.
Sallis shot clock down to 1, doesn't recognize it, and that's a shot clock violation. And the crowd comes alive for the first time today.
You don't see Ryan Dunn get very animated very much either, but he is pumped up. Check this out. Cargo for the two-handed slam, and Ryan Dunn says not today.
5th block of the afternoon. He leads the ACC in block shots this season. And that is the 20th shot clock violation forced by Virginia this season.
Mismatch. Now Dunn needs to keep it right here. Here comes Reed on the double.
Off to Buchanan, who hammers it home.
Good find by Dunn.
Virginia on a 6-0 run. They've grabbed control here at home. Fredrickson off the mark from 3.
It's 5 points or it's 2 possessions. Usually you count by possessions against Virginia.
Off to Buchanan again. Missed it. Miller somehow keeps his dribble alive. The first basket for Wake Forest in 4 minutes.
Well, he pushes so quickly that Virginia's not organized, and that's a great way to get back in the game quickly, is try to push tempo and try to speed up the game. It's hard to do.
Buchanan. They've gone to the freshman on the last 3 possessions, and he's delivering.
Tony Bennett told us that he had improved and has been working hard in practice. It's going to be a foul on Harris. Watch this right here. The mismatch with Parker Fredrickson. Afton Reed rotates to double, and Wake Forest doesn't drop down and pick up Buchanan, which leaves him wide open at the lane, at the front of the rim, in the lane.
Buchanan's got the best recruiting story in all of college basketball. We'll tell you in a minute. Beekman rocks the rim, the steal and the slam. Since Wake Forest had the lead in this game, 32-31, Virginia on a 10-2 run. Reed open for 3. Can't connect.
I don't believe that was the play that Steve Forbes drew up off the timeout. You know, Virginia's emotional. They're ramped up. There's a reason why Afton Reed is wide open. You got to work the basketball and try to get something going back door.
The Demon Deacons just 2 of 13 from 3. Harris, way too much on it. Sallis working against Groves, squeezes it to Reed. Great pass, and Afton Reed delivers.
You can't help on that down the lane drive because Monsanto's on the same side of the floor, and you don't help off of him. That was a great find by Sallis inside.
Foul called on Sallis, reached in on Beekman.
See, that's what you call putting the defender in jail. Well, Beekman curls, and he knows that Sallis is trailing him, so he hangs onto his dribble, and Sallis fouls him from behind.
Beekman stolen away. Monsanto, he's had quick hands today. His second steal. Monsanto, a deep three. Missed it. Offensive rebound, Reed. He's one rebound away from a double-double.
Yeah, Groves push off the ball. I like that set, though, by Steve Forbes.
Trouble. Jay and Debbie.
Thanks, Kevin. A great day of basketball starting here in Charlottesville. Wake Forest was trying to inbound the ball, and Steve Forbes took a timeout. So we have to step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be right back. We've got a fun one here in Charlottesville.
Division, featherweights, you better watch out.
On the other side. Until Portia, an undefeated force who could be destined for greatness.
I'm going to be a legend.
Ilya been running his mouth, and I'll show him what's up. I'm going to knock him out.
Five-point game, and it's been a wild one. 3 technical fouls, 7 lead changes, close, competitive throughout. Both teams looking for what would be a massive win, both in the ACC standings and the NCAA tournament resume win. Reed misses the righty hook shot.
This would be a road and a quad 1 for Wake, who right now is last 4 out, according to Joe Lunardi. Wake won the first time these two teams met in Winston-Salem. They shot 50% from the floor in the game. They're shooting 35% right now.
Both teams playing with great passion, dialed in defensively. Sallis, transition 3, and Hunter Sallis drills it.
Jay, I keep waiting for Hunter Sallis to have a little bit of a burst right here. He has been their leading scorer. He is better than 18, almost 19 points a game.
Just the Demon Deacons' 3rd made 3 today. McKneely can't answer. Buchanan trying to clean up the spill, and he's fouled.
Well, Buchanan has been terrific in the second half around the rim. When we spoke to Tony Bennett before the game, he said he was improving. His game was getting better. Look how he makes himself available right here. Fights Boopy Miller for rebounding position. And then the crowd comes back down with another board.
So I tried to tell you Blake Buchanan's unique recruiting story earlier this half, and then Reece Beekman rudely interrupted me by stealing the ball and taking it for a slam dunk. But Buchanan was playing AAU basketball out west, originally from Idaho, and Tony Bennett's dentist, when Bennett was the head coach at Washington State, called him and said, "I've got a great player I want you to take a look at," and that's Blake Buchanan. So Tony Bennett telling us earlier this season, it's the only time in my life it paid to have cavities.
Well, Virginia's 0 for 4 from the free throw line in this game, and we know they're not a great free throw shooting team. Keep your eye on that, because Wake Forest is the best free throw shooting team in the league at 80%.
Now, Buchanan missed them both. Virginia 0 for 4 from the line, whereas Wake Forest is a perfect 4 for 4. And in a 2-point game, you're right, Debbie, it could come down to free throws down the stretch. A little more than 6 minutes left to play. Not much to separate these two terrific teams. Beekman off to Minor, and he draws the foul. Maybe he can earn Virginia their first made free throw today.
Just a really good set. You have a ghost screen, then you have McKneely working off of multiple screening actions. Beekman with a good baseline drive, and Minor shaping up in the paint.
Misses it. There's a lid on the rim for Virginia from the foul line. They're 0 for 5 today. As we remind you, UFC 298 tonight from the Honda Center in Anaheim. You do not want to miss the World Featherweight Championship tonight, 10 Eastern Time. ESPN Plus coverage begins at 6 Eastern.
That's 6 points that Virginia has left at the free throw line today in a 2-point game.
With a lot on the line for these two teams. Sallis right to the rim, everything but the finish.
Is that Ryan Dunn again? I think he got a piece of it. He has been fantastic and at their third level, defending inside.
Yeah, that is his 6th block, which ties a career high.
There's that switch again that Beekman scored on.
Takes advantage again, Reece Beekman. He's got 20 points today to lead all scorers.
Good help by Minor. There's that one-on-one. Efton Reed's had some success in this matchup.
Frederickson a 3. Got it!
He shoots the ball with such incredible confidence. Starting to not look like a freshman.
The pride of Bigsby, Oklahoma, won the State Farm 3-point shootout at the Final Four a year ago, now making big threes on the road in the ACC. 1-point game, 4:30 left in regulation. Rhodey lines up a triple, can't answer.
Really good screen by Minor to set up that flare.
Wake Forest has struggled to close games on the road, just 2-6 on the road this season. This would be a massive resume win if they could find a way here. Trailing by 1. Shot clock down to 4. Sallis knows he has to heave it. Gets it off in time, but that's a shot clock violation. Virginia dialed in defensively, clinging to a 1. Take a look at this. 142 games played in this series. Wake Forest and Virginia. Half a point separating them. So no surprise, another close, competitive game today. McKneely. Got it!
What a great set by Tony Bennett. One we had not seen yet. And I can tell you, Auburn and Kentucky, it'll be higher than this at halftime.
McKneely's first made 3 today, and it's a big one to put Virginia up by 4. Five seconds to shoot. Hildreth lines it up. Rims out, no good.
This is where Reece Beekman is excellent. He's a really good free throw shooter when the game is on the line as well. I would expect Beekman and McKneely to handle the ball most of the last 3 minutes here.
Beekman has it here. Buchanan, the freshman, rims out, no good.
Got to get on Monsanto quickly.
Hildreth wasn't expecting the ball. Monsanto there. Monsanto calls his own number. Ryan Dunn, another block. He's got 8. A career high. Ryan Dunn has stolen the show defensively. And on the offensive end, it's been Reece Beekman's day. Through traffic, finds McKneely. Right back to Beekman, the give and go. It won't go in. 3 opportunities at it. Under 2 to play. Wake Forest still trailing by 4. Sallis trying to spin his way into the lane.
Got to play good D right here. They're on their feet.
90 seconds left in regulation. Virginia holding a 4-point lead. Shot clock down to 10. Rhodey deciding to take it himself. Can't hit it. Falls to Hildreth. Hildreth going coast to coast all the way to the rim for 2. Timeout, Steve Forbes, as Hildreth makes it a 2-point game.
I think the reveal today said Duke is a 3.
They did, 3 seed. Beekman, one shy of a career high, has 20 points today.
Got to stay right here in the stance.
Going one-on-one with Sallis. Off the screen to Dunn. Buchanan there to clean up the spill. Count it, plus the foul. The freshman in perfect position.
They run a double at Beekman to make him give up the basketball. I like that. And he finds Dunn at the rim, and Buchanan cleans it up. What a second half for Blake Buchanan, the 6'11" freshman. Now he's got to make some free throws.
Virginia 0 for 6 at the foul line today. Buchanan missed it. Dunn, the offensive rebound.
Now you got a foul.
Ryan Dunn making 2 big plays here down the stretch. The first to catch that lob, which set up the Buchanan finish, and now the offensive rebound.
You know Virginia has missed free throws. You have to be ready to rebound.
9 rebounds, 8 blocks for Ryan Dunn today.
And he's a 56% free throw shooter, so you have to be ready to rebound.
Shooting 1-and-1. Missed it.
Got to push.
Wake Forest has life, trailing by 4, 30 seconds to go.
You can get a quick 2, Jay.
Tough to do against this Virginia defense. Fredrickson, a 3. Missed it. Beekman has it. Wake Forest has to foul. And they do.
How about that defensive possession for Virginia? Locked in, guard your yard, whatever you want to call it for Tony Bennett.
Now Virginia, 4-point lead, but Tony Bennett's team today 0 for 8 from the foul line. They're last in the ACC in free throw percentage. Beekman missed it. Now 0 for 9.
Now you got to have a 3.
Hildreth draws the foul on the floor.
And Virginia has committed their last foul to go to 1-and-1. They didn't want Wake to get a 3 off. Now Hildreth, Steve Forbes doesn't like that call, I don't think. Hildreth, because it took away a layup.
Hildreth shooting 1-and-1.
Without any timeouts left for Wake Forest, you've got to score, and then you got a quick steal, quick trap, foul.
Rims out, no good. Falls to Fredrickson, off to Sallis, a 3. Got it! 1-point game. Foul comes in. Isaac McKneely heads to the line.
If you could have made anybody but Isaac McKneely catch it there late, and if you had a timeout, you would have been able to remind your team of that.
But the worst McKneely can do is make it a 3-point lead, which is still a 1-possession game.
That's right.
Big 3 there by Sallis.
Big offensive rebound.
Virginia 0 for 9 from the foul line in this game, but they have their best foul shooter at 90% of the season.
I gotta say, I've never seen 0 for 9 at the free throw line.
Missed it, but he's shooting 2. 0 for 10. This would never happen in your driveway.
No, hope not.
Ryan Dunn checking back into the game. Virginia clinging to a 1-point lead. The best McKneely can do is give them a 2-point cushion, which he does. First made free throw today.
Virginia's going to extend their pressure a little bit. You got to drive it hard at the rim.
Wake Forest, no timeouts. Here's Hildreth. Fading away. No good. Virginia survives.